Yes folks, what's happening? It's Mark here from Avid Automotive. Firstly, apologies, we haven't posted a video now for a couple of months. The last video you saw was the collection of the M3 F80, which I was going to do this next video on, but the weather's been rubbish. As you know, my car is a bit of a garage queen and it's just not been nice out there to drive it. So I will do a video on that. We'll do some nice cinematics with that. And get a video posted out with that. But today I thought, well, I was out and about working, photographing for a new dealership in Burton, Staffordshire Motor Hub, which today's video is sponsored by. And there's a BMW I had to photograph, and I thought I cannot pass on this opportunity to do a little walk around video of this car, show you its features, tell you what I think. This lighting is awful, by the way. Tell you what I think of the car. Obviously it is a love and hate, this car, from the front end, but it's grown on me. So let's get into it. Let's show you exactly what we're going to be reviewing and looking around today. Here we go. Now you understand why we had to film this. We've got in front of us, yes, the M3 Competition G80 in, I believe, Brooklyn grey. If that's wrong, please correct me. But yeah, we had to film this video today because obviously, you know, massive BMW fan, own two M3s, currently got the F80, now have currently got the F80, used to have the E92, but wow, what do we think of this? What's first impressions of this? I mean, I've already discovered its best angle, and that's there. How aggressive does that look, and that colour? So we'll go around the car, show you around the car, show you what, I don't know, what I can see is different, what I can see BMW have done differently. Obviously, it's always the talking point is that front end, but I've got to be honest, it is growing on me. I think previously when they first come out it was so different, everyone was going mad saying, well, BMW, what have you done? But I've seen a few without the front number plate and kind of lower front splitters put in, and they do look really cool, really nice. I think what I've noticed from standard, they've put a bit more, I suppose, lower skirts on the cars now. Before that was down to the, I suppose, down to the owner to add stuff on, but they've added a few more bits on in terms of that now, especially at the rear. The diffuser is so aggressive, and the back lights, it just looks such an aggressive car. Obviously M3 Competition will come with all the extra bits. The thing I'm not sure about is obviously they put the 19s on the front, same as the M4 when we did the test drive on the M4, and the 20s on the back. Obviously BMW know what they're doing in terms of handling and styling, but personally I would have preferred 20s all around, but that's something you can modify. This car is a 71 plate, I believe, with very low mileage. 78 grand buys this car, so they're still up there, but there's not many out there. You know, it's still a very different M3. Well, that colour, that light really isn't doing that colour justice, but the colour really is nice. Wheels wise, I don't know, they look pretty much like the competition wheels on the F80. Red calipers look great. All the little badges, I love the little new side vents, I think they look fantastic. So they used to be more, I suppose, across the wing, now they've gone more down towards the bottom, but I think they look fantastic. Mirrors, I'd probably like to see some carbon mirrors, but I think the black stands out with all the black bits on there as well. Obviously M3 stamp, full carbon roof with the little whale shark fin aerial tints on the back. But yeah, first impressions from the exterior, because I've not really been around one of these. I think it looks, the more I look at it, the more I like it, and I think it's going to be one of them cars that over the next couple of years will just become popular because people will, I don't know, they come switched on to the new shape. But let's have a look inside and see what that's saying. Okay, so interior. And by the way, folks, I've not done any swatting on this car. I don't know what it's got. I'm just going to give you my first impressions of what I think of it compared to other M3s that I've owned. Obviously E92 is an older car, it's 2008. The F80 I felt like was a massive upgrade. When you sit and step in this for the first time, it is the next level up. That's the only way I can describe it. Is, I don't know, we said it when we reviewed the M4 with Sitner. It does feel like an M5. Everything's more chunky. There's obviously more gadgets. As the cars get newer, there's more gadgets. I love what they've done with the dashers now, with the carbon everywhere. M3 Competition badge there. Got the stitching, obviously the all-important M3 stitching there. There's less buttons. Obviously, I think Audi, Merc, BMW, it's all less buttons now, and it's all, you know, everything's minimalistic. In terms of, I mean, cockpit wise, we've got the, I don't know what BMW call these. I don't know if they call them digital cockpit, but it's got the digital, I suppose, dials on there, which I do love. It just looks, you know, fresh, new. M buttons, I think, are a massive upgrade to what the F80 had. The F80's got them on the steering wheel here, but these just look wicked. That's different again. I think that looks awesome. Carbon on the steering wheel, really nice chunky steering wheel with the M stitching. Paddles in carbon, I think that's a nice touch with the red. Again, they look better than the F80. Climate control's a bit more minimal. There used to be a cross here on the F80. This is a bit more minimal. We've got a bigger screen these days. So again, I've not even played with this, but you know, you've got all your media on there as you usually have. Communications to BMW, navigation, got your car settings in here, M menu. It's just a full, I don't know, it's a full overhaul, isn't it, in here, compared to the F80, which was a massive step up from the E92. This is an even bigger overhaul. Seats in this one's got the leather, I suppose, like the leather bucket seats. Not got the full carbon buckets in this, but I thought I wouldn't like these because I do love the new carbon buckets on these, but these are really nice, and I have to say, really comfortable. You've got the Alcantara, I believe they're heated as well. But first impressions, really nice. Let's have a look down here. Speakers wise, obviously massive upgrade on speakers these days. You just used to have the Harman Kardon speakers and tweeters up here. Well, you've got the speaker up here and an even bigger Harman Kardon speaker down there. All your lighting controls on there, everything in auto. M button. Let's press the M button actually. Let's give it a little press. Now, one thing I have noticed, it's a lot deeper tone to the F80, a lot deeper. We'll bring the car inside in a minute and have a proper listen to that, but it's got a lot deeper tone to what the F80 has anyway. M3 comp side sills, obviously they've still got the factory stickers on to keep them fresh. In the back, I would say you've got a lot more room in the back than the F80. A lot more room. Like the back's very similar to the backs on here on the F80 as well. So yeah, first impressions on the interior, pretty nice. We bought the car inside. One thing, we'll go around the car again in a minute. One thing, the colour looks even better inside out the sun. But the valves are open. It's in M2 mode. Go on, Andy, give it a rev. Let's see what it sounds like. What do you think to that? It's a deeper tone than the F80. I don't know if it pops and bangs. Probably does when it's warm, but it sounds good. For saying that's a standard box, I think that sounds really good. A couple of other bits I've noticed since I bought the car inside, which I can't see outside in the sun, but the mood lighting in here is, yeah, it's awesome. So I can show you in the back. It's really nice blue detail in the seats. And another thing I didn't notice earlier on, got the nice stitching on the seats there, stitching. M3 badges, looks like they stay lit up when the lights are on, which the old ones didn't used to do. They just come on when you unlock the car. But looks a completely different car inside than what it does outside in the sunshine. Looks even better. That grey, Brooklyn grey, I think it is. If that's wrong, let me know in the comments, but that looks the absolute. How good does that look from there? So that's pretty much all I'm going to do really today. Obviously you've listened to the car, I've been around the interior, showing you some of the features. All in all, yeah, it is a massive upgrade on the F80. It's a completely different car. I would say it's a longer car. I would say there's more room in it. And I'd say it's completely different looking. You know, it's not, they have to evolve and have to develop, you know, cars and how they look. And this, I think they've done a good job. It has grown on me, and I kept saying, I know I keep saying that, and I said that in the M4 video, but it is a car that will grow on me. I think, you know, certain angles, it just looks menacing. I mean, imagine that in the rear view mirror on the motorway. It looks, you know, excuse my language, it looks the bollocks. It really does. The vents, love what they've done with the bonnet, and like I say, the more up to it, the more I like it. If it was mine, if I was to buy one, it would be having a big carbon splitter on the front. I think I'd be having 20s all around on it, and I would be sitting it down, and I think that would be it. I think that would be it. It doesn't need much more than that, but that angle there, how good does that look from that angle? This car is available for sale, by the way. Today's video is sponsored by Staffordshire Motor Hub in Burton-on-Trent. They do detailing, servicing, car sales, minor accident repairs as well. And so this car is for sale. It's done just over 9,000 miles. I will put the link in the description as well so you can see it, and I think it's available at just under £78,000. Yeah, I do agree, it's big money for an M3, but it's a new car and there's not many on the road. So these will still hold the money. I think if you bought this car today and kept it for 6 months, I don't think you're going to lose your money, especially with this spec, especially with this colour. So, you know, it is bang for the buck. If you're not, you know, if you're going to have some fun out of it and get your money back after 6 months, then happy days. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you what my first opinions were. I love it, I really do. Would I have it over my F80? I don't know. Well, one, I wouldn't because I can't afford it, but two, I probably would. I probably would down the line, because it's just a natural upgrade again, isn't it? So yeah, that's my first impressions anyway. So there we have it, folks, the new BMW M3 G80, nearly said F80, G80, first impressions. I think it's a great car, massive upgrade to the F80. Yes, still a lot of money, but can you go into BMW and order one of these things at the minute? Yes, you can. What's the wait time? Probably more than 6 months. So they're going to hold the money, you know. They're an investment. You can enjoy it and probably get your money back after 6 months. But my first impressions have been great, and like I say, if we get to 1,000 views or over, we're going to take this car out. If it's not sold by then, one of you guys might have bought it by then. Take the car out, get some nice cinematic footage, drive it, maybe drive it against the F80, see how it compares in some respects around twisty roads, and go from there. But as always, appreciate the feedback, appreciate the comments, appreciate the likes. If you have enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. I will do some more. I live and breathe cars. I'm around cars day in, day out, and there's so much content I could film and record for you guys, but there's no point in doing it if no one's going to watch it. So if you have enjoyed it, please hit subscribe, please share it, and I'll see you all in the next one.